Peace be with you. Friends, our gospel for today is from the wonderful 14th chapter of Matthew, and it's his account of the calming of the storm and the walking on the water. After he had fed the people, Jesus made the disciples get into a boat and precede him to the other side while he dismissed the crowds. Now, the disciples in a boat, that's code. The disciples in a boat is a symbol always of the church. Where's the physical Jesus now? Well, he's not here physically among us. Where is he? He's on the mountain praying. A symbol here, it seems to me, seems to the church fathers too, of the ascended and risen Christ, now in the heavenly place, interceding for the church with the Father. What's Jesus doing all day? Well, he's guiding his church. He's interceding for his church with the Father. So think of this now as an image for all of us. It's 2,000 years later, but we're all in the bark of Peter. We're in the ship of the church. We're making our way through the waters of space and time, and Jesus, ascended and risen, is interceding for us. Okay? When it was evening, he was there alone, he, Jesus. Meanwhile, the boat, already a few miles offshore, listen now, was being tossed about by the waves, for the wind was against it. Again, did this really happen? Yes, they're describing a real event, the storm at sea, but now we're reading it with these theological and spiritual lenses in place. The bark of Peter, making its way through space and time, sometimes is on smooth water, smooth seas. But very often, and even the most casual student of church history knows it, very often the church goes through storms. The wind is against it. Now, we've heard just in recent weeks, reading the parables of Jesus, there's an enemy at work. Yes, there is. We have enemies both visible and invisible, and they stand to thwart the purpose of the church. There's our own corruption, our own stupidity. There are the enemies that we can see who oppose themselves to us, et cetera, et cetera. All of these forces kick up the waves and make the sailing of the ship dangerous indeed, perilous indeed. Again, go from the time of the apostles. During the fourth watch of the night, now this is code for the darkest time of the night. It's always darkest before the dawn, right? So the darkest time of night. It's night and it's stormy. If you feel the church is going through a rough time, it's right at this moment